The story of Moses, a seminal figure in biblical history, begins in Egypt amid a brutal edict from Pharaoh demanding the death of all newborn Hebrew boys. Moses' mother, seeking to save her son, hides him for 3 months and then, no longer able to keep him concealed, sets him afloat on the river Nile in a basket. The basket is discovered by Pharaoh's daughter, who, moved by compassion, adopts the child and names him Moses, which means, drawn out of the water. Moses grows up in the Egyptian palace, aware of his Hebrew heritage. As a young man, Moses witnesses an Egyptian taskmaster brutally beating a Hebrew slave. In a fit of rage, Moses kills the Egyptian and buries him in the sand. When Pharaoh learns of the incident, he seeks to kill Moses, prompting Moses to flee to the land of Midian. There, he encounters the daughters of Jethro at a well, helps them water their flock, and eventually marries one of them, Zipporah. While in Midian, Moses' life takes a divine turn when he encounters God in a burning bush on Mount Horeb. The bush burns with fire but is not consumed. God calls Moses to return to Egypt to lead his people to freedom. He equips Moses with miraculous signs and declares his name, I am who I am, establishing his eternal presence and power. Returning to Egypt, Moses, with his brother Aaron, confronts Pharaoh with God's demand to let the Hebrews go. Pharaoh's heart hardens, and he refuses, prompting God to unleash 10 devastating plagues upon Egypt. The final plague, the death of the Egyptian firstborns, breaks Pharaoh's resistance, and he hastily expels the Hebrews from Egypt. However, as the Hebrews depart, Pharaoh's heart hardens again, and he pursues them to the Red Sea. In a miraculous display, God parts the waters of the Red Sea, allowing the Hebrews to pass through safely, then closes the waters over the Egyptian army, annihilating them. Following the escape from Egypt, Moses leads the people to Mount Sinai, where God establishes a covenant with the Israelites. Moses' leadership of the Israelites is a pivotal saga of trials, challenges, and divine interventions, showcasing his profound relationship with both his people and God. After the miraculous escape from Egypt and the crossing of the Red Sea, Moses finds himself leading a large, often contentious group of freed slaves through the inhospitable desert towards the Promised Land, a journey fraught with both physical and spiritual tests. As they travel, the nascent nation confronts the harsh realities of desert life, including scarcity of food and water. The people frequently grumble against Moses and Aaron, lamenting their escape from Egypt, where despite being enslaved, they had stable access to food and water. In response to their cries, God provides manna, bread from heaven, each morning and commands Moses to strike a rock with his staff at Horeb, from which water miraculously flows. These episodes highlight Moses' role as an intermediary between God and the Israelites, through whom God provides sustenance and demonstrates ongoing commitment to his people. The journey to the Promised Land is not just a physical migration but also a spiritual formation for the Israelites. Moses frequently ascends Mount Sinai to communicate with God, receiving laws and commandments that would define the community's covenantal relationship with their deity. These laws, including the 10 Commandments, become the foundation of the Israelite identity and ethical conduct. Moses' role as a lawgiver cements his leadership, guiding the people not just through the desert but towards a new way of life governed by divine law. However, Moses' leadership is continuously tested by the people's wavering faith. The most dramatic example of this is the incident of the golden calf. While Moses is on Mount Sinai receiving the tablets of the covenant, the people, despairing of his return, create an idol in the form of a golden calf and begin to worship it. This act of apostasy angers God, who threatens to destroy the people, but Moses intercedes on their behalf. He descends the mountain, breaks the tablets in anger upon seeing the idolatry, and chastises the people for their unfaithfulness. His intercession with God spares the Israelites from destruction, and he returns to Sinai to receive a new set of tablets, symbolizing the renewal of the covenant and demonstrating his role as mediator and redeemer. Moses also faces military challenges, such as when the Israelites are attacked by the Amalekites. In this battle, Moses' leadership takes a symbolic form as he stands on a hill with the staff of God in his hand. As long as Moses holds up his hands, the Israelites prevail. When he tires, Aaron and Hur support his hands, ensuring their victory. This event not only underscores the importance of Moses' leadership but also the collective effort needed to sustain it. Throughout these episodes, Moses is depicted as a leader of great moral and spiritual strength but also as a man burdened by the weight of his responsibilities. He frequently communicates with God, pleading for guidance and interceding for his people. His life as a leader is one of profound commitment to his divine mission and to the people he has been chosen to lead, exemplified by his ultimate sacrifice when he is allowed to view the promised. According to the biblical text, Moses dies at the age of 120 in the land of Moab, at Mount Nebo. Despite his advanced age, it is noted that his eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated, signifying that he remained vigorous and clear-sighted until the end of his life. This detail highlights the exceptional nature of Moses as a prophet and leader, sustained by divine grace throughout his long and arduous mission. God himself tells Moses that he would not enter the promised land but would only see it from a distance. After showing him the land from atop Mount Nebo, Moses dies there in Moab, as per God's word. The Bible states that God himself buries Moses in a valley in the land of Moab, near Beth Peor, but no one knows his exact burial site. This mysterious end is significant. It underscores the unique relationship between Moses and God, as Moses is the only prophet whom God personally attends to in death. Moses' legacy, therefore, transcends his physical presence, focusing instead on the laws he delivered, the lessons he imparted, and the nation he guided towards their covenantal destiny. His life and death encapsulate themes of faith, leadership, human frailty, and divine intimacy, making him one of the most revered figures in biblical history. Moses' life is marked by moments of great faith, monumental challenges, and profound encounters with the divine. He remains a figure of justice, law, and leadership, revered as one of the greatest prophets who ever lived. His story is a testament to the complexity of human faith and the enduring mercy of God.